Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing on the November 25th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer, followed by 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Take a moment to look over this page. The question of the day is, how am I seeking mental sobriety today? So the passage begins by saying alcoholics need physical sobriety, and the people who love them need mental sobriety. In order to have mental sobriety, we need to think about what we need. This person said they choose a step to work on each day and connect with their higher power. And there's something about that our higher power does for us what we cannot do, just as our loved ones' higher power does for them. Today's reminder reminds us to spend more time with our higher power, working our program, and then we will become healthier. And the quote is from Discovering Choices, Recovery in Relationships. When we get better, everything seems better. So how am I seeking mental sobriety today? Well, making these videos helps me very much. And obviously reading my conference-approved literature, talking to Al-Anon people, going to my meeting, communicating with my sponsor, which I actually haven't done in a bit. I should get in touch with my sponsor and just check in. And also listening to myself, just being thoughtful about how I feel and when I need to rest. Things like that. I was volunteering at the thrift shop today, and we were pretty busy. We had so many generous donations that we kept busy just trying to get things out on the selling floor. And one of the people I volunteer with, she's in her 80s, and she was telling me she's a really hot ticket. I admire her so much. Just gives me a great role model to follow. She was telling me that one of her medications, which costs $8,000 a month, was, I guess it used to be free for her, but now it's going to cost her $95 a month. Now she's in her 80s, and $95 a month is, fixed income. $95 a month is a big chunk of change if you have a very fixed income. And And I said, my gosh, like, how are you handling it so calmly? And she said, well, what else am I going to do? I just say the serenity prayer over and over, and I just don't worry about it. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. Like, to me, that's a good example of mental sobriety, right? Like, you do what you can and then you don't worry about it. And she said, I'll figure it out. I just won't, I won't spend money on this. Instead, I'll save for my prescription. I thought, well, and I even said to her, that seems like you have a good plan. But it's just, I don't know, it's just good for me to see people aging gracefully and kind of, not worrying about things. Same with my uncle. He's 94 and he's having trouble with his feet, of all things. He doesn't take any medication, no medication, 94. But he's having trouble with his feet. And when you have trouble with your feet, it's a big deal because, that's how we get around. So he went to a doctor's appointment and he didn't like at all what the doctor said. The doctor recommended something that he's not open to at all. And I said, so what are you going to do? And he said, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. I was like, I know the coolest old people. I got to learn from them. So, how about you? How are you seeking mental sobriety today? That's a little time for myself. Now we'll move on to courage to change, and I will take a moment to look this over. This passage is about different levels of working our program. So going to a meeting every now and then, not getting a sponsor, will yield growth, but slow growth. So this person writes about how that's how they began their program, but then a crisis occurred and they knew enough to call someone in Al-Anon, and that person really helped them through the crisis. And then they began going to more meetings, started doing service work, and that's when things really improved for them. And now practicing their program is a top priority. And today's reminder tells us about growing through pain and how we choose to handle situations is up to us. And the quote is from In All Our Affairs, talking about looking for opportunities for growth spiritually. For me, I think that I have found that there's room for growth in every situation. I just think that sometimes I don't see the growth till after, like way after the situation happens, because sometimes it takes kind of all hands on deck that I've got to get through the situation. And then when I look back at it, or if someone brings it up, I can say, wow, things are a lot different now. So that shows growth. And just the reminder of the tools we have at our disposal all the time, contacting Al-Anon friends, doing service work, attending meetings. We can attend as many meetings as we want. I know people who attend more than one meeting a day. I went through a period when I first came to Al-Anon where I went to meetings all over the area where I lived. A bunch of meetings that I'd never been to before, but I just needed to be around the kind of stability and consistency and comfort that Al-Anon supplied me when I was in crisis. Excuse me, itchy nose. When I did that, I could smell my new, I just put on this cuticle balm. It's Manuka honey, shea butter, and vitamin E. I don't know. It's this company. It seems pretty nice. It's good for this time of year because my hands are getting dry. And that includes my cuticles. In any case, I digress. So we can grow spiritually when after we experience painful situations. Love this book so much. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I just realized something. I don't know if, how embarrassing. I'm not going to do it while I'm recording. I don't know if I forgot to say Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was yesterday or if it's today. Oh no, it's not. It's not until the 28th. It's not until the 28th. Never mind. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.